What is up, guys? Happy Thanksgiving. This is going to be my review for Legends of Tomorrow Season 3, Episode 7, titled Welcome to the Jungle. So this episode had a lot of promise. It promised us a Gorilla Grodd that was smarter than he usually is on The Flash, or a more advanced version, and while I think he was a little bit smarter, you could barely tell. He even calls himself Grodd. Like, he says something like, "You are talking to Grodd," or "How can you help Grodd?" instead of, "You are talking to me," or "How can you help me?" Like, he talks like a little kid. Or he doesn't talk like a little kid, just what he says is the way a little kid would say it. And he was also smaller than he usually was. Maybe that was just me, but he looks smaller than he usually was. He looks so much less menacing and powerful than he usually is on The Flash. And the scale of his plan, until the last couple of minutes of the episode, it was so much lower than it was in the last time we saw him. The last time we saw him, he was raising a full army of gorillas into Central City. Now he's just leading a village of American soldiers and Vietnam soldiers. But really, until the last couple minutes of the episode, when we discovered that he's planning to start World War III, and then he's planning to turn the world into apes using time travel to alter the course of evolution, which is pretty cliche. The altering the course of evolution is actually pretty clever, but turning the world into apes, that's pretty cliche. I think he did that once on Justice League. He not only did he try to, he actually did it. I remember that. But that's until the last couple minutes of the episode. His plan was really, really small scale compared to the last time we saw him, which is a little disappointing. So while Grodd wasn't that menacing and he was pretty disappointing, the whole story of the Grodd part of this episode wasn't terrible. It was fine. It was fun. It was, I don't know, it was just fun. It was a fun story. It wasn't that great. It contributed a little bit to the plot, considering the Grodd joined the Secret Society or whatever they're being called. But really, it didn't feel like the episode contributed to the plot. Until the last minute of the episode, it did not. Or at least I didn't feel like it did. It didn't feel necessary to the season. Which would be fine if the episode was interesting and fun, which it was interesting and fun, but not that interesting or that fun. So Grodd joining the Secret Society at the end of the episode, or whatever they're called, I'm just going to call them the Secret Society from now on until their name is confirmed, just because I don't want to say whatever they're called. You know what I'm saying? It's just like calling the Earth 1 heroes Justice League. So the Secret Society, I really like that Grodd joined them. I predicted this a while ago when it was confirmed that Kwase and Damien Dark, or it was confirmed that Damien Dark was going to come back and lead a supernatural team, and also they confirmed that Gorilla Grodd was going to appear in an episode. I predicted that Gorilla Grodd, Kwase, and Damien Dark were going to form the Secret Society. I didn't expect Mullis to be there at all, but that's because he's not a real character. How would I ever predict that? But Gorilla Grodd joining the Secret Society is really interesting. I doubt he'll show up that often, though, because he's so expensive. He's probably going to show up like 2 more episodes this season, which is fine as long as he shows up for the finale in a big, awesome fight with the Secret Society. You know, Damien Dark, Gorilla Grodd, Kwase, and Mullis against the Legends. That would be awesome. As long as he shows up for that episode, then really he does not need to show up at all anymore. He could just be in the background in the Secret Society planning with them. He doesn't actually need to show up, and I doubt he will, just because of how expensive he is. Surprisingly for me, and I say surprisingly because I don't feel like heatwave belongs on Legends of Tomorrow at all, surprisingly I like the heatwave story more than the Gorilla Grodd story, which again is a little disappointing because I would prefer to like the Gorilla Grodd story more, because heatwave doesn't need to be there at all. But his story was really compelling, and he had some great moments with his father. He went through some actual character development, which I don't think he's ever done before. Honestly, he's been the same exact character since like the middle of season 1 of Legends of Tomorrow. Like, he was a villain, obviously a full-on villain in episode 1 of Legends of Tomorrow, but once he joins the Legends after that, he doesn't go through any character development at all until this episode, and it was really cool to see that. Okay, so you might have missed this because even the Legends glossed over it kind of, but Nate says that it's just really only a small percent chance that they're going to bump into Mick's father, and they do. And then Ray and Sari go on to mention all the times they bump into anachronisms that are connected to somebody they're related to or them themselves, like Little Ray, Stein's great-great-great-grandfather, and and what was the third one? And now Mick Rory's father. So I think that what they're doing here is giving us a clue that the anachronisms aren't random, that they're all, not all of them, but a lot of them are connected to the legends themselves, and maybe Mullis actually put them there on purpose, and put them there connecting to the legends on purpose. I don't know why, I don't know how, or maybe how because he's a god, he could do anything, but I don't know why. We'll just have to figure that out. I just think that would be cool. Like, it would be really cool if the anachronism actually turns out to be all Mullis's, not all Mullis's idea, all Mullis's plan and fault, because I really don't like seeing superheroes be the cause of their own villains, like the Flash does that every season, and Legends of Tomorrow did it. I really don't like that. So it would be cool if Mullis was behind the anachronisms the whole time. In conclusion, this episode was pretty disappointing. Gorilla Grodd wasn't as menacing as he usually is, and he wasn't as big scale as the last time we saw him, so he really just went down. He became a worse villain since the last time we saw him in the 2-part Gorilla episode on The Flash. But I really like the fact that he joined the Secret Society, even though he wasn't that menacing in this episode. I'm still looking forward to seeing him again, especially in the final fight in the finale. That's going to be awesome. And then the second part of the episode, the Mick Rory part, was actually a really good story. Him connecting with his father again and then punching him in the face at the end was really compelling and heartwarming, and he had some really cool, or not really cool, just really nice scenes and really just character development. He's never had that before, or he hasn't had that in a while, and it's really nice to see. I give this episode a 8 out of 10. I thought it was fine. The Mick Rory half of the episode was really great. The Gorilla Grodd part was disappointing. But let me know what you thought about the episode in the comments down below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and happy Thanksgiving.